Hey everybody, welcome to Easy Tarot Lessons. This is Squirrel and I'm here with Mandy and Sally and my favorite card ever, the Page of Cups.
I think that means you have to start us off.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. We won't deprive you.
He's my baby. This is who I want to be when I grow up, right?
Oh,
He's flamboyant, he's fearless, he's creative, and he can talk to anyone. He can make friends with anyone. I bet he could talk to a wall and that wall would talk back. I want to be him. I I love him. Can you tell?
It's coming through slowly, but I'm getting it.
yeah.
See, when I learned how to read the tarot from my little Eden Gray book, pages were children, knights
Mm-hmm.
were young men, cups were women, and kings were men. And it went by hair color and eye color.
Right.
So after I got to a certain age, when I was 16, I was allowed to be the Page of Cups. When I got to like 20, 23, everyone was like, oh, you need to be the queen now. You're the Queen of Cups now. I don't want to be the damn Queen of Cups. I want to be the Page of Cups.
Right.
That is my aspiration. Yes. He's so creative and flamboyant and out there. I, I love him.
You do.
Yes.
I've always known, well, I don't mean always for my whole life, but I've known for a long time you love him. And since you love him, I've started loving him too.
Aww.
You've influenced the love.
I think he sees everyone and he hears everyone. He's curious. He's sitting next to people and asking them questions about themselves, and anybody will talk to him. Anybody.
No, he is very Alice in Wonderlandish, curiouser and curiouser, isn't he?
Hmm.
Yes. Yes. What do y'all think about him? I mean, it's obvious how I feel about him. He can do no wrong.
There's there's a line in a movie that I've probably seen 927 times thanks to my kids. It's called oh gosh, I won't give you that. But there's a line in the movie that says an unusual advisor. And whenever I see this card, that movie line always comes to me because there he is, he's talking to a fish, so he would take advice from unusual sources. He would be someone who would consult the runes or consult the tarot. He would take inspiration from wherever he found inspiration.
I
Yeah.
love that. Yes, yes. And
Yeah.
I've often seen him as a really good ambassador.
Hmm.
Mandy, I ain't letting you talk today. Hush. No. I shut up now.
It reminds me of the cat in the hat, the fish, the fish in that.
Hmm.
I don't know. He's very fairy tale like for me. Like he's all the kids' stories that you grew up with, all rolled into this one little funny little person. Yeah,
Right.
he's very sweet, and he is. There's no edge to him at all. There's nothing bad, is there? It's just all very sweet and quirky and
Right.
And
Yeah,
he
his
just,
headgear reminds me of the Star Wars cantina. So when you said that, every childhood story, yeah, you can make it even a little older because, yeah, I could put him right into Star Wars.
now I have seen that fish as a hallucination, but it was
Hmm.
only once. And not my own hallucination. But I have read it as imaginary friends or
yeah,
hallucinations. Yeah.
yeah.
That's one thing I don't think he would ever be lonely.
No, no, he would have his imaginary friend right next to him, just like you said. I love it.
Don't sit on Petunia.
Right.
Ah. Now, I was it with you, Mandy, or with Iris in a podcast where I saw And I would think this would almost have to be a reversal. But I was devastated because for the first time in my life, like within the past year or two, I saw something in this card that just horrified me. That poor fish is in a tiny little cup and he
That
can
Hmm.
was
see
me.
that ocean.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, you remember that? I was like,
Uh, yeah, I remember you saying that. Yeah, to me, or I was there when you said it. Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm still devastated. It's like, I think in the reversal, there could be a severe cruelty, manipulation, or deprivation.
Yeah, you could definitely use the phrase fish out of water when you're looking at this card.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, that's genius. Yeah, yeah,
Oh, it
and
is.
yeah, and or like, what shall we have for dinner tonight?
Oh,
Hmm.
don't eat my
Oh, yeah.
fish.
Yep, we're gonna have sushi. Sorry.
Run, little fishy.
God.
I've gotten this card for people who don't process the external world in the same way. Autism,
Yes.
uh, a chemical distortion of one sort or another. And even right side up, upside down, it's worse, reversed. Um, at least when I've read it, that's how it's come across.
But yeah, I can see where upside right. There's just a
Mhm.
disconnect from reality, a
Mhm.
chemical disorder. I love that with all that water behind him, and
Mhm.
that's not still water.
Right.
This is Mandy when she does her magician shows for the children.
Absolutely. There she is on stage.
To heck with the rabbits. We're taking a fish. No.
She's pulling fish out of hats. I like that.
Is this the only fish in the 78 cards?
The King of
Mm,
Cups has a fish in
right.
the
Oh,
water
yes,
behind him.
yeah.
If you're looking at it, it's on the left side,
Hmm.
and then the boat's on the other. But that
Right.
looks like a monster fish. This
Yeah.
he's like, y'all can eat that one.
Right.
It's
It's
like,
nearly as big as the ship, so that must be a whale. And we're getting ahead. Sorry.
so do y'all see anything else with him? Does he?
Well, I mean, it is sort of also like unusual pets,
Hmm.
Mm,
you know. Um, well, I don't know how unusual a fish is as a pet, but a talking fish would be quite unusual. So, yeah,
that would be unusual.
yeah.
What
And
about?
I do think that some attention needs to be paid to the way that he is dressed because it is very quirky how he is dressed. He is very dressed up, and it's very. I feel he's dressed very deliberately. Like there's a kind of color theme thing going on there with the pastel pink and the
Yes.
pastel blue.
And wants to stand out, wants to be noticed.
Yeah, definitely so.
Really flamboyant. Like
Yes.
he's the most flamboyantly dressed male. Or I don't know, I guess it could be a young girl,
Sure.
Yeah.
but I've always seen him as a him. Doesn't mean he has to be in a
Nope.
reading,
I
but
mean, this is a little bit kind of narrow-minded on my part, but he does come across as a little bit gay to me, like a gay male.
and that comes up in readings too.
Hmm.
That will come up in a reading. A lot of had a
Sure.
lot of readings where I'm like, just be yourself.
Right.
Yeah, don't care what people think. You're nice, people like you.
Yep.
If it was saying where should I go for vacation, I would say I'd go to the Stratford Festival in Ontario. Yeah, something like that.
What's that?
That, what's
It's near the water. It's up in Ontario, Canada. It's just all Shakespeare all the time. Actually, it's more than
oh,
Shakespeare, but it's called the yeah, Stratford, Ontario Shakespeare Festival, something like that.
Oh,
oh,
Yeah,
nice.
I'd go see a show somewhere. I'd just
oh, the
go someplace.
ballet,
I'm sorry.
the ballet.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he does seem like I was gonna ask if he were a student. If he were a student, what would he be studying? and I
Oh,
like him.
Yeah, I have him in the dramatic arts.
yeah. Or poetry, any something like that.
What about veterinarian?
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
Fashion.
Doctor Doolittle.
Oh yes. Absolutely.
Yeah, fashion.
But I do like him for the dramatic arts.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I definitely don't see him as a builder or a truck driver or anything like that.
A
Ooh,
fireman. No.
No.
an accountant. He'd beat us with that cup, wouldn't he? That's like I love the entire tarot deck, but that is the card when I see that I am just he just fills me with such absolute joy. I He makes me so happy, and I do. I want to be him.
Does he come up a lot in your readings?
Um Not like overtly. I think the Page of Swords comes up a lot more than he does. Page
Okay.
of Swords been coming up in, oh my gosh, like 50%
Hmm.
of the readings I've done lately. I'm like, wow, everybody just chill out.
Get off your
Here,
high horse.
here, look at this guy.
Mm.
It's funny, isn't it, that you go through phases where certain cards come up a lot, and
Mhm.
then sometimes a card will come up and you think, oh gosh, I haven't seen you for ages. Like
Or
almost forgotten you were there.
I swear
Mhm.
sometimes in group it's like we'll turn over a card and I'll be like, this card has never once that I can remember come up in a reading. It's
Mhm.
insane, but he does show up some, but not as often as I'd like him to.
He is very sort of newborn babyish as well, isn't he, with his colour scheme and
Oh yeah, I didn't even think of that.
He does give off an air of innocence.
yeah. Well, like it's a boy or it's a girl.
Mhm.
You could virtually put him on the cover of the card, couldn't you?
Yep.
Either one, yeah. It's twins. No.
It's a fish.
that that would make me happy. I'd rather have a fish than a baby. At least the baby would remind me to feed it, huh?
Yes, it does.
So y'all have anything else to add about him? He is just I don't know, his little pink dot on his hat. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Everything about him makes me happy.
Mhm.
Except for that reversal where he's teasing that fish.
Yeah, it can be so much excess when you take him in reversal, and there he goes down a dark path
Yeah.
sometimes. Um,
Yeah, I mean, I suppose, like for me, if he was reversed, it would just be that his eccentricities are just not working in this situation.
mhm.
He's being misunderstood, that sort of thing. For being quirky and different, it's just not quite, you know, the right environment for him.
Yeah, yeah, that is beautiful. That
Mhm.
and when we hide our true selves, our quirks and our
Yeah.
ridiculousness, it could be either of those, or like Sally said,
Yeah, I see all the court card cups, if we can say that fast, as literally fall into your cups. Just somebody who could really take an addiction the wrong way.
yeah,
Right.
oh, absolutely. Okay,
Yeah.
somebody make him happy again. Make him happy again.
I just love everything about looking at him right side up. I mean, his his hat is loose and carefree, his sleeves are. I mean,
Yeah.
just everything about him it just is airy and roomy and it just kind of free flowing. Like if he were born in the 60s, he would have been a hippie. He'd been fine.
Yeah.
And I love that kind of personality. So, yeah, I resonate with him as well.
So we are pages of cups.
Mhm.
Very POC fans.
Unite! No.
Join our fan club.
All right, y'all. Do you have anything else to say about him?
No, I don't think so.
Not today, but he's a
Yeah.
It,
nice.
yeah.
Yeah, any other day we'll be going on in different things. But if you have something you're seeing in him right now, just let us know. Thank you, Sally and Mandy, for being here. I really enjoyed this one.
This was fun. Take care.
Bye.
Bye
Bye,
bye.
everyone.